Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Pizza Roundtable, part of the I Need Pizza Club network, where just about every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern, we talk about the pizza news going on in the world. I am one of your hosts this evening, Jim Mumford, joined by the amazing Anna Crucitt. Anna, hello,
Nice.
how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Right off the bat, how was ice cream for breakfast day? We teased it last time. I know it was a little bit ago. How was it?
Feels like 100 years ago. It
Right?
was wonderful. It went so smoothly that I thought, I wonder if I could do this like more than one day a year.
Tricky.
I won't
Tricky.
though.
But what was the remind us what some of the flavors you did, because you had some absolutely crazy ones.
hmm So, well, they're not crazy, but I mean, you
But
just don't
for
typically see
July,
them.
yeah,
So
right.
I
Unusual.
did like an orange juice sorbetto. So it's just made with orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice. It's delicious. But we did that with like a mimosa. So you put Prosecco over top of it. So like a mimosa float. We did grapefruit sorbetto and then a Bloody Mary sorbetto. Because like in the morning, just all the fruits,
Yeah, why not?
tomatoes, right? Vodka.
This one
And
does, yeah.
um, and then for flavors, we did like a milk and cereal, pancake stack, a yogurt parfait, blueberry muffin, cinnamon bun, Nutella, obviously, because you're gonna
Of
stick that on
course.
top of a pancake.
Yeah.
I don't know, just really great ones, and I enjoyed eating them, and then I thought, like, "Why don't I make these more than just one time a year?
Yeah,
Why
why
not do
not?
that?"
I mean, blueberry muffin to me just sounds incredible.
It's
Oh,
incredible.
yeah, I mean, everything makes incredible, but
I'm gonna have to make
maybe it'll make an appearance in the advent calendar next year,
blueberry
right?
muffin?
Why not? People like blueberries all times of the year. I'm just hopeful that I can
I hate
taste it,
that.
like, yeah, right? I'm just saying you could repurpose some of these with some holiday names, and you've got I know.
It's true, the advent calendar, though, is like it's always flavors I've never made before.
Well, I mean, once, right?
This
Have to
is
play
year
on it.
5 of the advent calendar, so it's possible I could bring back, like, the 24 most popular.
I won't tell, right? I don't think our viewers
Yeah,
would tell. Great.
okay.
How about Valentine's Day? I know you're not a heart-shaped pizza kind of joint, but any fun Valentine's Day plans?
I hosted a pizza class. So I do pizza classes. I've probably had 100 people between the last 6 days, coming through and teaching them how to make pizza. It's so much fun. And on Valentine's Day, I did it at 10 a.m. So it was like a breakfast class, and we did mimosas and peach bellinis. And so it was like 10 to noon, which was fun. We also did one
That's
2 to
right.
4, which is pretty standard, but that was just a chaotic day. You forget how many people forget to book reservations. And then my favorite was there were probably 7, not less, parties that said that they made a reservation for Valentine's Day, but the reservation was for Sunday. I was like, I can't help
I can't
you.
help you. It's all laid out, right? I'm not just wheeling up another chair here.
Yeah. So
That's
I was like,
rough.
well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. It's still Valentine's weekend, right? Well, that's fun. Yeah, I saw you you shared that. I thought either Instagram or the group chat you shared some of that. And that's just fun. What a fun kind of date night, start is to make
Hmm.
some pizza. Did you make them in the hearts or you make just traditionals?
Just traditional.
Yeah, it was a test. I
I mean,
didn't
like,
think I
I
could.
did for like one brief second think about like, oh, it'd be cute if I made these for my kids and took them home and they were heart shaped.
Yeah.
And then I didn't. They just
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, I made heart-shaped pizza, tradition in our house. They don't cook the same. They don't cook right. They're tricky to form. Like I just do tavern styles and cut them, right? I
Yeah.
don't try to roll. I mean, but even then, like it's a weird crisp and cut. The kids like it. But I made traditional for us. But very fun. Well, we have 5 wildly different stories this evening.
Can't wait
We're
to hear
gonna
about them.
yeah, we're gonna start with maybe the most tame, courtesy of MSN, but otherwise elsewhere. A New Haven to attempt to host the world's largest pizza costume party this year. So save New Haven going for another world record.
For them.
This in Colin Kaplan, kind of friend of the pod, announced that Say will try to host the largest pizza costume party on New Haven Green during the annual Grand Prix and A1 to Pizza Fest. It's going to be this fall, but get your ticket soon. But will include an adult size or child size pizza costume ticket holders will be able to pick up. I kind of love it, right? I mean, it's just another New Haven kind of way to get on the map. What do you think? Do you think you're gonna pull it off? I mean,
So
those look pretty great.
was like, it's just a typical costume. But no, you have to wear a pizza
You have to wear
costume.
that specific chic pizza costume.
Okay, so what's the current record?
Well, if we continue reading here, the Elm City is they're trying to get 5,000 participants. You know,
It's a
there's
lot.
no current record holder, but they're trying to kind of up the world's largest pizza party kind of mark. This seems a little bit easier to do. You don't have to coordinate, but there is no current record holder for world's largest pizza costume party according to Guinness. So we could do it right here. We could be number one for a couple, right? We could all just do our own thing. But yeah,
Largest
they're
digital pizza costume party.
absolutely. But yeah, they're trying to break their world's largest pizza party record. Though I think again, like you explained, logistics of that party pretty cumbersome. This seems a little bit
Mhm.
easier.
That's cool. I love it. I would probably make my own homemade costume. Do you have to wear that store-bought one?
I mean, I'm assuming you do, but I mean, who's gonna say no? I wouldn't,
Like,
right? You're
I
you're
bet if
good
you
at
were a judge,
sewing,
you
and
would count
yeah, I
my
would. Yeah,
costume.
yeah, I would count it. Of course, I would count. Yeah, you have to respect the hustle. Well, our next article, and this I'm not saying this is where Will is this evening, but what we'll never know for sure. Courtesy of a Charlotte Observer, man breaks into Little Caesars, starts making and selling pizzas. Police say so. A former employee of Little Caesars in Kinston, North Carolina, broke in with shop his clothes, started making and selling pizza. Um, Obviously he's in some hot water here, but the best part, there may have been a brawl, there may have been some hands thrown, but I didn't see it in this one, but I saw it in another one. He kept the money that he made during the adventure. Oh, here we go. Suspect kept all money for himself, which I think is just wonderful. So Anna, this isn't Will. I don't think this is Will, but in my mind it is. Break into a pizza shop making some pies. I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? Just business usual.
Alright, so you broke in, and it wasn't like you went straight for the cash drawer. You went straight for the dough tray.
Straight for the dough tray.
So we have to assume that this person knew how to make pizza.
Well, he was a former employee, it seems like,
Okay. So he was a former employee and thought, I like, why? Did he miss his job?
and he did it more than once.
Well, that's
Well,
a
during the
twist.
first incident, entered the business, prepared pizza, sold them to customers, kept the proceeds. During the second incident, he did again, but employees were there, and that's when the altercation happened. So I love it, right? Is
He really
we're
wanted to make
taking
some pizza.
Ghost Kitchen to a new level, right? I mean,
Just I'm curious too, like, how are you keeping money? Like, who pays with cash?
nobody. That is a great point, right? If he's just taken out of the drawer, or how's that? Yeah, that's a good point. But
Like,
anyways,
who's and the Little Caesars pizzas, like, if you bought a pizza, you weren't paying more than $10. So, like, what are you walking away with?
a couple felony charges,
Full felony
unfortunately
charges.
for him. You know what? I respect the hustle. I respect the desire to make pizza. Do it legally,
They
kids,
should
right?
just give him a franchise.
Honestly, I mean, it can't be that hard. Right? If you listen, if you can make pies by yourself and do front and back of the house, I I think you're half the way there.
I
Once,
just like I think that's so funny.
yeah,
Maybe it shouldn't be funny, but I am imagining so many scenarios where he like gets in and he's like, "All right, I got to get these ovens lit. I got to
yeah, I
get them
got it.
preheated. And now I need to get my dough to temperature and I need to well, we got to get the sauce out.
You
That
gotta
can't
mix
be
the
cold
sauce. You
either."
got I.
And
There's a lot of work that went into that. To again,
that's not an easy like I'm just going to make a pizza. Mm-mm.
no, that's not a smash and grab either. So I guess, there's
He had to have
it's
been there at least an hour.
oh, at least. I love it. It's one of my favorite stories. Again, don't commit felonies,
Don't do that.
but at least, right, he showed a little, initiative while, committing
You know,
multiple felonies.
for a minute there, we couldn't even find anybody to come and make pizza, and we would pay them.
Right, right, and not
So
felony to work for you, as far as
now
I
there
know.
he's just, like,
Yeah,
cracking doors to get inside. That's incredible.
it is. Well,
Hope he gets a job after this.
yeah, I hope this is just a turning point. Certainly. Our next article, again, I chose this for Will. Anna, I know you didn't read these beforehand, so I'm just going to look at your reaction. Courtesy of PMQ. Florida man says he's made the world's first iguana pizza. If it's iguana you want as a pizza topping, and we all do, Buck's coal-fired pizza in Lake Park, Florida has what you're looking for. Owner Frankie Cesare say he created the first iguana pizza in the history of mankind. There's a video. I'm not gonna show you the video. It's something, but I learned kind of recently that in Florida, iguanas freeze, they get stunned, and they fall out of trees, especially in sub-freezing temperatures. So he euthanized them humanely, which is legal in Florida. Bucks got the iguanas, and it's pizza. So, Anna, your take on this one?
Okay. So my initial thought was, "That's gross." I had an iguana as a pet when I was younger. It was my brother's, but I mean, it was in our house.
Yeah,
And, I couldn't imagine eating it, but then, I have, like, eaten an alligator,
right.
you
Taking
know,
that far off.
and, it tastes pretty great. So, how did it taste? Like,
So he
super
it's been taste tested. It's been called unbelievable. It's a little bit sweet. I can't really describe it, but that venison and bacon with the ranch, they just work so well. So the pie was iguana meat, venison, and bacon. So kind of get your level of game and smoke. I've never had iguana. I have had alligator. It's not bad. I gotta assume it's close-ish, though wild iguana is probably pretty gamey. But the Cesare said it won't be kind of a one-time thing. It was more of attention grabbing. He has an alligator meat, like you said, with venison and blood orange balsamic glaze, which I don't hate actually. But yeah, I love it. So check out the video if you want. It's there's a lot of iguana in that. And that's something that I really wanted to get into in this podcast, but really fun.
who
So
knew?
I'm gonna pivot that. What is the wildest pizza topping that I know you did grapes for us once. Sorry about that. But like you're not putting iguanas on things. But what's your like, boy, I tried X and it was you try anything wild at home
Nothing's, like,
in this nothing's popping
coming to
out?
mind. Anything that I've had in Naples, I don't particularly like capers. I
Mm,
have tried it on pizza, but it was not good.
hmm,
But it just
okay.
is so salty, it's just not my thing.
Mm.
But I wouldn't say that there was a topping that I was just like I mean, I eat quite a bit, like, quite
Yeah,
a variety of things. The iguana, though, would probably be, like, a stretch on a
it'd be hard.
pizza. I can't think of anything that's, like, that crazy.
Fair. As an aside, I love capers on pizza. I do a marinara special, I think. I forget what it is, but it's just tomatoes, capers, balsamic, and a little bit of parm, and it's wonderful. Just a little
Well,
bit,
maybe
right?
you'll have
And you
to make
fry them.
that for me.
Yeah, I can try. It's like one page before your spot in my book. So if you
I
got that
just
bookmark, so it's awesome. It's really good. But the heat kind of fries them. It takes away some of the brininess. But can't do it with cheese. I agree. Capers and cheese too much. But just without it, it's actually lovely.
okay.
Craziest thing I've put on pizza. I don't know. Like I'm not a crazy topping guy. Like jardinara, I think would be weird to some people, but I love it. No, I don't know. I'm not afraid. I've done venison sausage, but I don't really think that's odd. I think especially
No.
here in the Midwest, that's kind of
I mean, I've never
mainstream.
really tried deer meat on a pizza, but we eat deer meat quite a bit
Yeah, it's not
here, but
not
that
really odd.
doesn't I just don't think it would be the right texture. Like, I don't want that on my pizza.
I did a barbecue moment, like a pulled pork, like we had like venison. That was really good.
Okay.
That
Yeah, that
was
sounds
really good.
great.
And I've done venison sausage, like venison salami, which was really good. But again, I don't think that's weird. So, all
I'm gonna
right,
think on that.
please do. So, this is a very hard pivot. I don't know if I can do this one, but if I were giving out Michelin stars, Mercurio's would win one. I think your pizza is excellent. I'm not just saying that. There is no pizza establishment that has a Michelin star, but this pizza chain is trying to change that. So again, courtesy of PMQ, can this pizza chain score a Michelin star with a pan pizza no less? So getting right into it, Papa John's feels that they can win a Michelin star with their new pan pizza. So Papa John just released a pan pizza, uh, first of their kind, which actually looks pretty darn good.
Beautiful. Yeah.
But they're trying to win a Michelin star with that. Your take, first off, I mean, Michelin's like, you have to agree that like Michelin kind of snubbing pizza places is kind of silly, right? I mean, they've gone to taquerias, they've gone everywhere. Why not pizza?
I don't know.
Silly, right?
They'll do a chef, but it's not the food. It's not the pizza.
Right. Exactly. Well, and so to think that not only a pizza place is going hard to paint for that, but Papa John's, which is a big chain. So they're kicking off a Michelin bid. They're going to transform a Manhattan location this Thursday into one of the hardest to book dining rooms in New York. Reservation only, 3-course chef curated menu built around the pan pizza. Pepsi pairing flights led by a soda sommelier. Um, Listen, this is advertising. It is a gimmick, right? I
100%.
would be floored if pizzeria earned a Michelin star, let alone a Papa John's place in Manhattan. But I don't know. I mean, the pie looks good. It's a 6 cheese blend, Parmesan crust. I mean, listen, I've made a lot of pan pizzas. That I'm not
I mean,
hating
it
on it.
looks perfect.
Yeah,
I'm shocked. Why would they put that much effort into it? It's like Papa
I
John?
mean, it has to be marketing, right? This has to be a marketing kind
That's
of.
a lot of effort,
Yeah, I
for that level of marketing.
it is. Especially with a pan pizza. I feel like you
Right.
go for one of the Neapolitan, one of the old school classics. Not that I'm going to knock a pan pizza, as we're about to talk about, but yeah, I don't see any way this would happen. But I if it opens the door and makes it 1% easier for
That's true.
pizza,
Bring a little
then
bit of
yeah,
love towards the pizza world.
it is. So speaking of
Godspeed. Let's hope it works for them.
yes, exactly. Speaking of love for the pizza world, our last article here is one of my favorites. So I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did, and it's courtesy of NBC Chicago. There was a Time Out London basically listed the best pizzerias in the world, right? I don't know if you saw this article. Really cool article. So number one was Mama's 2, which I think is pretty cool. But the only other US entry was Millie's in Chicago. So if you're not familiar, Millie's in the Pan is a absolute fast rising spots now in Chicago, winning every award. Really cool. Talk with them, interact with them. Really cool. Um, they kind of this timeout, this is in the world. Millie's was the only other US. So I'm not going to ask you to rank them, right? Because it's hard to rank everything. But are you surprised at all at Mama's 2 and Millie's being the two, but per them, the two best pizzerias in the entire country?
So I can't say that that's like based on flavor profile because I've never had
Yeah,
Millie's.
sure.
So what surprises me is that you don't hear much about them anywhere else on any other list or in any other forum for it, to my knowledge, but they made this list, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool. But
it is. So Millie's is a newcomer, right? They're just hitting all the lists. They were in a couple others we've covered. They're rising, right? They're certainly
yeah,
rising the
but
ranks. And it's a unique. So if you look at that, that is not deep dish. That is a what I call a Chicago pan, right?
Mhm.
Very unique. Sauce on top, burnt cheese rim, but thin, right? It's not that big, thick, kind of stuffed thing. So it's its own style.
I wanna try that.
Oh, it's great. And I know where you can find the recipe. It's pretty darn close to that. But but yeah, just really interesting. Of course, all these timeout lists all need to be taken with boulders of salt. And I take nothing away from Millie's. Millie's a great pie, but just interesting, right? That you think of all the pizzerias, all the lauded, and you think the ones that win all the awards, including yours, right? And to have them, it's good, right? Acknowledge them, acknowledge Mama's
Mhm.
too. But just I was kind of blown away, to kind of see only two from the U.S. Also,
I
Tokyo had big showing, and it was an interesting list.
can appreciate that there's someone new or some business that's new on the list, because sometimes it's like you see them and it's the same every time, and it almost feels like when you're a smaller business like mine that it's like impossible to get to something like that, but it's really not. I mean, it just takes some effort and recognition on it. That's very cool. I want to eat that.
And if and when you're ever in Chicago, I'll just take you a tour of Chicago pizza. We can go to all the spots and meet all the people, and you can meet the godfather of tavern style and do all that. But yeah, really fun, like I say. And congratulations to Millie's and Mamas. But those lists, and I think you said, well, it's cool to see that even the small spots that can still make big lists. And
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to Mercurio's being on the next time out. It should be just no capers, maybe some iguana. When you put the iguana on the
No.
menu, that's how we're gonna get there.
I don't even like I think it's so interesting how people are like, I know what I'm going to do to get some marketing and some eyes on my business. I'm going to put an iguana meat on this pizza. It's like it's just never crossed my mind.
And then hope for a Michelin star, right? I mean, isn't it funny, like the
Also never
different
crossed
ways
my
to
mind.
no, and again, you have to. There's a lot of pizzeria it's saturated, and I understand you have to, make yourself known some way. But yeah, I love finding every week. There's always one or two of these, like, and when in doubt, just break into a place. Don't actually break into a place, and just start,
You can just
maybe
apply for a job
you
and
could
they'll
just
pay you.
right. They'll pay
Legal.
you. You even have to do it illegally. And then you're on social media. Where can people find you?
So I'm on Instagram and the Facebook and
Facebook. Cool. You just
sometimes
dated yourself on that one. You dated
I
both
was
of us
kidding.
because I
I did it
because
on
I got
purpose.
that immediately.
Uh, at Anna.Crucitt
And then Mercurio's is
and
at
Mercurius PGH. Yes, if you'd like to follow our restaurant,
should
Mercurius PGH.
just
Post
drool
some
on the
things that we're
phone
doing.
like the pizza classes and
Mhm.
the breakfast. Well, I'm Jim Cooks Food Good, wherever you get your content. Of course, you already follow I Need Pizza Club here on YouTube. Like, rate, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, all the places you get your podcasts. And until next week, we'll do this again. Anna, thank you so much. And I look forward to another great pizza filled week.